What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
And I'm Joe.
and we are reviewing AEW Collision from November 1st, 2025. And I am excited to talk about everything but commentary on this one.
Yeah, commentary was rough, and we had way too many guest commentators.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. The moment I heard Shivani's voice, I zoned out of commentary. I barely noticed Don on commentary. Like I can't remember one single thing that was conversated from that man.
You know who? I can't remember anything being said, but I don't. Where did Nigel go?
I don't know. I also
I don't know if Tony just makes me block him out as well, but I have nothing memorable from Nigel either.
I also don't remember hardly anything Mox said. I remember hearing his voice once or twice, but I was so just focused on the matches that
Yeah, he was just talking about how tough Marina Shafir is.
Yeah, her feet, man, they're super tough. They've repaired themselves and they're back. I'm so tired of people not wrestling in fucking shoes, dude. Anyways,
I know. I don't care that you have a judo background. This ain't judo. It's wrestling. Put some fucking boots on.
match
Or sneakers. I don't care. Shoe wear.
Yeah. Match 1, we go straight into Okada and Takeshita versus the Acclaimed. And yes, I'm going to call them the Acclaimed. I don't care.
They are the not acclaimed.
They're unclaimed. The Unclaimed. And this entire match was basically two teams that are made up of people that can't stand their partners. And it showed. And it was amazing.
I loved this match. It was my match of the night, despite all the matches later in the night. I loved the crazy and the chaotic and the backstabby and the blind tags and the bullshit. I loved all of it.
It was so well done on both sides of the board. All you could wonder was who was going to put it together enough to actually get the win. There's this one part where Okada brings Takeshita in to do a tag move. They go and they throw the opponent into the turnbuckle. Okada runs, does his clothesline, and he pulls the dude out of the turnbuckle to go pull him over to do another move as Takeshita's running
Before
to do a
Talk
move.
could do his in the corner.
So Tak dives into the turnbuckle and there's nobody there, and he doesn't hurt himself, but he stops and he looks around like,
pissed.
what the fuck?
His face.
It was amazing, dude. Eventually, what ends up finally happening is the Acclaimed guys finally fully implode and actually start fighting. And then the Japanese guys get in each other's way just until Tak finally gets the actual pinfall. He lands his finisher and gets the pinfall.
Yeah, well, Okada hits his clothesline and then essentially gets tossed out of the ring. I think it was Tak that tossed him out of the ring.
I don't remember. I think he caught.
And then he picked up dude for the Falcon Arrow in the win.
I think it was something like that. Like he tagged out. He tagged himself in because Okada was still in the ring for the pin. Because Okada was sitting in this corner, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, maybe he hit the clothesline on the other guy.
Oh, but it was great.
It was great.
They get their win, and now Don Callis can be like, "See, we worked together and we got the win," and they're still gonna hate each other.
Yeah, as after Don Callis left with Okada, and Tak was just kind of like standing there like, what the fuck?
We get an actual... I actually enjoyed this backstage segment. Willow and Harley
I did too.
Cut a pretty good promo. They basically say that Athena and Monet may have all the titles and are dominant winners, but they still have their smile, and you can't take that out. You can't take that away from them. They know that they're going up again. They're going up a steep hill. But at the end of the day, they're still going to be able to smile. And then Harley said some wild... She said, you can take the babes out of the wrath, but you can't take the wrath out of the babes. And I was like, okay, whatever.
But they were so full of energy that they just got over based on the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Because what they had to say was nothing. But they did it with such energy, it just worked.
It did. And that's one of the things Willow is really good at.
Yeah, I would agree.
Harley, too, for that matter.
I'd say that's how she got over.
Plus, she's with the conglomeration. How can you not like those guys?
I hate the conglomeration. I'm the Roderick Strong here.
Which is funny because you
almost love their video intro though.
You like almost every single person in the conglomeration except for Ishii.
I don't mind Ishii, but I hate Commander.
Oh, Commander is barely even ever involved with them at this point.
And I hate Hologram.
He's injured. You hate luchadors. That's what it is.
No, I don't. I like luchadors. I just don't like those luchadors.
See, I love Commander. Now, I'm not big. Like, I don't get me wrong. I like Hologram. But he's not as good as, like, any of the other luchadors on the roster.
I would agree with that. Tony Khan pushes him down everybody's throat.
I have always been a big fan of Commander, though, ever since he first debuted. Now.
Yeah, Commander doesn't bother me. Drillistico and Beast Mordo don't bother me. I don't like Hechicero. I don't like his style of wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not big on Hechicero either. I love when Daniel Bryan dresses as him. Or Bryan Danielson dresses as him.
Yeah, that was on. I almost said the Don Callis thing again. Don't you wish you could have wrestled somebody like Hechicero when you were still active, Brian?
All right.
I wrestled Hechicero twice.
We get a Mina and Tony vignette that's not worth watching.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what Harley and Willow's thing was. It was dire and just depressing.
Right. And then we get what I thought was an amazing match. CMLL Women's Championship match, Mercedes Moné versus Olympia. Now, the last time we got to watch Olympia, we didn't get to see much from her because they absolutely booked her into a squash match with whoever it was she was wrestling against. But we got to see quite a bit more of her tonight. And man, she has so she's mostly a power wrestler, which is fine. But she mixes in a few lucha things here and there that I absolutely love. There's this one moment where she kind of goes for almost like this baseball slide through the second rope while Mercedes is still in the ring. But Mercedes ducks, and Olympia caught herself and held on to the top rope and then skinned the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And landed on Monet. And I was like, dude, that was super fucking dope.
Yeah, the person Olympia fought first was Tyra Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah, that's who it was. I couldn't remember. I delete my notes from week to week, so...
Don't worry, I have mine, because I'm archaic and write them
down. After goading Stat, though, Monet gets tossed in the ring by Olympia, and then Monet ends up hitting the statement maker on her and makes her tap. Monet wins.
And then Stat chased her off because Stat was going after her for Olympia getting thrown into her on the outside.
Yeah, at one point Monet tossed Olympia into Stat. It was a good thing. It was fun. Backstage segment after Dynamite from last week. Earlier this week. Last week. The Bucks are approached by Don Callis, and Callis has negotiated $1 million tag match, which they were super excited for. He says it's going to be the Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Jurassic Express and however many negative things he decided to use in connotation to Kenny Omega. He then says at that point the Bucks no longer look interested to wrestle. I think they're still trying to.
It's like they don't want to fight their friend.
Yeah, they're trying to get back into. It's eventually going to go back to them all being the elite at some point again.
Yep,
would be my guess.
Agree. Then it's going to be the elite taking out the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Hell, maybe Ospreay will be back by then as well.
Oof, that's going to be a while then. We'll see how long it takes them to get the elite together. Match 3.
Well, it'll be more like how long will it take to take out all those fucking people in the Don Callis family.
Match 3 was Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise versus Megan Bain and Marina Shafir. Why did I say Miranda?
Marina Shafir.
Oh, because I typed Miranda earlier. That's why. Marina Shafir. I did put out shout out to Megan and Penelope being dressed as Poison Ivy and Harley.
Yes.
It was a fun costume thing. They're still carrying over from it being a Halloween show.
Yeah, because this was taped after Dynamite.
So there was so first and foremost, shout out to Nixon and Miranda actually looking good early. They had a lot of really fun tag team moves mixed in with all the kissing they tried to do.
Yeah, they did one too many kissy spots though.
Yeah. Which I don't understand the whole point of that. I don't. Like
I don't know.
I'm
not familiar enough with their work.
I'm not either, and I don't care if people kiss each other in the ring. It has nothing to do with it being two women or anything like that, because I've enjoyed some Tony and other people kisses. It happens. But I just don't understand the point of doing it like 15 times in a match. Like,
well, it was their downfall at the end, so.
Right. Shout out to I'm sorry, I read that sentence already. Megan ended up hitting a double German suplex on Nixon Miranda. And guys, here's what I want you guys to understand. This wasn't one of those where one person grabs another person in for a German suplex and then the biggest person grabs the group and does it. Like, she grabbed both of them by the waist, one in each arm, and actually landed a really nice looking double German suplex out of it.
Yeah, they were ass over teetotal.
I was, when they first started to go, I was like, oh, this is going to be a train wreck, because they're always train wrecks when this happens. But no, they landed right. And I was like, cool, keep it going.
No, out of a spot like, yeah, this was probably the best executed spot like that I've seen in a long time.
Megan ends up getting the pinfall with a running Liger bomb on Nixon for the win. And yeah, that was the end of the match. Decent match. Not the worst on the card for me, but definitely not the best on the card for me.
I would agree. I would say it was fine. It was essentially a squash match. Nixon and Elise got the first part of the match where they kind of jumped on Bane, but after that it was pretty much all downhill after that.
Right. We get the announcement that the women's Blood and Guts match is a 6-on-6 match. And it's going to be Tekla, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Megan Bain, Marina Shafir, and Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Toni Storm, and Chris Statlander. That's a lot of women. And
it is.
We will see how that goes in a couple weeks, because I don't...
And a lot of room to go wrong.
2 whole rings of room to go wrong. So...
Yep.
We'll see.
My advice would be to avoid the ring with Sky Blue, Julia, and Queen Aminata.
Yeah, let them kill each other. Match 4 is my stinker match of the night.
Yeah, this could have been so much better.
And it is LFI. Listen, I can tell you how you make it better immediately. Take Sammy Guevara the fuck out and put Roosh in. I don't know why we don't have Roosh, Mortos, and Dralistico working together as LFI. What the fuck is Sammy? Oh my god. Anyways,
like I said, man, Sammy Guevara would be better in the Don Callis family, and then when he can actually appear on TV again,
Andrade should go.
Andrade would be better back with LFI.
Correct. Funny note though.
Who knows where?
Right. Who knows how long that's gonna be? What's really cool though, so they wrestle against the Conglomeration, which is Commander, Mark Briscoe, and Roderick Strong. Now, funny enough, so Commander and Mark Briscoe come out together, and Roderick Strong is nowhere to be seen. And Kyle O'Reilly had to like push him out to go out with the rest of the people, and Roderick's like, I don't want to do this shit.
Right? He just wants to be Paragon, and Kyle O'Reilly just keeps getting him looped in with the conglomeration. Every time I see them, I just look at my wife and I go, God, I miss Adam Cole. Can Adam Cole just come back and just manage O'Reilly and Strong?
At the end of the day, it was a well enough wrestled match in terms of it wasn't super.
I agree.
It wasn't super sloppy, but nothing just really stood out other than Sammy Guevara's ugly ass mustache.
He's got go away heat, and he's not even on TV that much.
I don't want this man on my TV, Tony. I don't. He's not entertaining. He's not. I didn't like him in the Four Pillars match. I didn't like him before then. There's nothing from Sammy Guevara that makes me go, man, I'm glad he's in AEW. Nothing.
He takes a good bump off of a golf cart.
He needs to take his wife with him too.
And her best friend.
We get a backstage segment, which is Hook being annoyed. I couldn't tell if he was crying or if he was just pissed. Eddie
He had pouty face on.
Yeah, he had pouty face on. Eddie Kingston was trying to brighten his day. Some random announcer dude that was off screen was like, "Hey, why'd you give up so quick?" And Eddie looked at him and was like, "Go ahead and tell him." And Hook was like, "If you get caught, you're caught. Live to fight another day." And then that was it. And then I was like, we could have left without that. That actually made Hook look like a bitch.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
There was no reason.
Nothing for him. Nothing for him.
And it just made Eddie Kingston look like his father. And we know who his father is. It's not Eddie Kingston.
Suplex machine that's been missing from commentary.
Yeah. Backstage segment after dying. Oh, I just read that. Then we get another goofy match, but I loved this match, dude. Listen, I look forward to Collision specifically for Ace Austin at this point. He's becoming a quick favorite of mine.
Pretty cool finish.
But we get MXM casting call open challenge. Thankfully, they didn't berate the announcer tonight, because that's getting tiresome quickly.
They dressed the Eminem guys dressed up as Johnny and Tyra.
Yeah, so Mason dressed up as Tyra Valkyrie, and Mansoor dressed up as Johnny TV. And I knew it as soon as I seen him. I started laughing. I was like,
did too.
That is...
I was like, it's literally Johnny's coat that Mansoor's wearing.
I was like, this is amazing. And yeah, so they ended up, like I said, ended up being a trios match. It was them versus the Bang Bang Gang, which is currently Juice Robinson, Ace Austin, and Austin Gunn. After double suplexing Mason out of his wig, Austin hit the Faymaster on Mansoor, and then Ace hit the fold on him, and then Juice got the pin. And honestly, it was just a good, solid match wrestled by the six of them. Again, another good match where, like...
It didn't...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It didn't outstand... It didn't outstay its welcome. It was quick. The wrestling was tight. It was started out kind of conventional and then quickly, like, went into chaos. But when it did go into chaos, it went pretty quickly to the finish. So it was good.
I always forget. So, obviously, like I said, Ace Austin is quickly becoming one of my favorites to look forward to on Collision. But I always forget how much I truly enjoy Juice until he's on my TV.
Yeah, he's got a weird charisma to him.
He does. And it's I still don't understand how him and Tony Storm ended up together, because they're two wildly different people on TV. But, hey. Is what it is.
Whatever works.
Whatever makes him happy. But no, he's a great, like, dude. I look forward to seeing him on my TV as well. The Bang Bang Gang are a lot of fun. I just hope they can build up some sort of momentum and figure something out while they're waiting for the other two guys to heal up from their injuries. And then we get what is my match of the night. Bandito
Shocker.
versus Mascara Dorada for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. I want you guys to understand something. I don't want to ever see the Ring of Honor World Championship title defended on an AEW show. However,
These two can wrestle on any show.
These two made it worth my time, let me tell you. I actually, how can I explain it? So, early on, I got my favorite, for those of you that don't know, my favorite submission of all time is the surfboard stretch. It always has been.
You get a lot of that here.
And so, Mascara does it to Bandito pretty early on. Bandito ends up standing up out of it, which I thought was pretty cool. I've seen it happen before, but it doesn't happen often.
And then he rolled through it.
He rolled through it and then put Mascara in the surfboard stretch. At which point
they did not disconnect body parts.
They
just rolled through.
At which point Mascara stood up out of it. He tried to roll through it as well, but they continued to roll through it until Bandito was able to put him in it again. And I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool spot.
Yes, indeed.
Bandito ended up hitting a pretty cool face plant to Mascara. It was like a pop-up face plant, like a pop-up X Factor to Mascara from the apron to the outside of the ring. That was a pretty neat spot. There was another spot where Mascara jumped up from the ground onto Bandito's shoulders, backflipped off of him, and then hit him with a herd Karana or something. It was insane, dude. This is what I think of when I think of luchador wrestling. What these two people.
Wasn't it a springboard poison Rana?
Oh, there was that too. There was a bunch of crazy lucha spots that, and it wasn't sloppy. I think there might have been one time where a move got kind of out of kilter a little bit.
Yeah.
But it
was pretty smooth.
It was a smooth, tight lucha match. And here's the thing that I am noticing. Regardless of how I feel about his character and how he's portrayed, Bandito is really fucking good.
Yeah.
He's put on... Now, I didn't get to watch his Ring of Honor match with... was it MJF? Or no, it was Takeshita. I didn't get to watch his Ring of Honor match with Takeshita that everyone was raving about.
Oh, it was a banger from what I remember.
But almost every time this man's in a singles match, he impresses me. And if you want me to be honest, he could be AEW's Rey Mysterio in terms of being that little big man that could win a world title. And I don't mean Ring of Honor's world title.
The funny thing is, in AEW, he doesn't stand out as kind of a little guy.
No, because he's big.
Only a little guy standing next to Brody King. Brody King. Those different things.
To be fair, everybody standing next to Brody King.
Exactly.
Is a little guy.
Exactly.
But he's pretty stacked for a wrestler. You can even think of
he's hellaciously strong for his size.
Oh yeah,
hellaciously strong.
So I think as long as he can stay healthy and doesn't get injured again for a super long period of time and then do something stupid like come back and get injured right when he comes back again.
Right.
I do think they have a great future main eventer out of Bandito.
They need to get him out of the tag. They need to get both of them out of the tag division and into more singles.
Get him into more single stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, though, them getting pushed together has been a really good thing for them because they've gotten a lot of TV time.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of time to impress people because everybody, if you watch wrestling and you're kind of in the know and you watch a lot of it, you already knew they were really good. But if you were kind of a casual or not an every week viewer, you're actually getting to see a lot of them, and it's great. And they deserve all the success they're getting, but they do need to be pushed to singles.
Yeah. And I love that Bandito is finally wrestling against people that can actually hold up their own as well. Because if you remember, for a while there, he was doing stuff like wrestling Jericho.
Well,
and Jericho is
yeah,
not
'cause
the man he used to be.
He's the one that he's the one that beat him for the ROH title, right?
Yeah.
He beat Jericho for the title.
Yeah. But yeah, Brodito wins with 21 plex. Bandito. We just said Brodito. I didn't mention how he won, so there you go. But no, these guys. And here's the thing: I can't even begin to tell you all the things that they did.
Many things, many flippy things.
If you like lucha wrestling, you should watch this match. That's all I gotta say.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It honestly, it makes me want to like. I would love to see like Mascara like, dude, give me a 3-way lucha match with Bandito, Mascara, and Mystico. I'll be thrilled.
Ooh.
Just let him go at it.
That does sound crazy.
Matter of fact, at World's End next year, just throw that in there. It doesn't need to be for a title. Just have a 3-way lucha match. I'm good.
All right. Just, hey, go try to tear the house down.
Steal the show. Steal the show. All right. With that being said, that is the end of Collision, though. Decent show. And here's the thing. It probably felt way better because we had just watched Saturday Night's main event. Because usually Collision's pretty mediocre or poor. And Saturday Night's main event was just so much of a drag that, like, I watched Collision. I was like, hey, this is fun. Let's go. Oh, shout out to Bandito.
At least this weekend ended on a... Go ahead.
I wanted to say shout out to Bandito for his tribute to... it wouldn't be Halloween. It'd be Dia de los Muertos for him. But his body paint that he wrestled in. That was all I was saying.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. At least the weekend ended with a good show.
Yes. AEW had 2 solid shows. WWE only had 1.
Yeah, Raw was good. Everything else was kind of meh.
But that's normal for WWE. You know what the biggest problem I have, though, is? On paper, Saturday Night's main event should have been a banger.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. You look like when you can honestly say that their 2 best matches were the squash match that was Jade versus Tiffany, and the opening bout.
The IC.
The IC title, not the opening bout. Definitely not the opening bout. My bad. The IC title. Man, and even then, they're not great. They're just serviceable.
Yeah, the IC. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Anyways, it was a pretty decent Collision. I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw because hopefully they can. Hopefully they'll probably do better. I'm not worried about that.
I'm hoping it's fine. It'll probably be Punk going up against the Vision, the Revision or whatever the hell they're called. Hold
on. Who do you think is going to interrupt Punk while he gives his? Because here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Punk. Ooh, you're probably right. It's probably going to be Punk in the ring talking about being the new champ and waiting so long for this moment. And he's going to be mid-sentence. And the Division's music's going to hit. And Heyman and Reed, and that's probably how it's going to happen. And Breaker are going to come out.
Yep.
And
that's how I sees it.
They're going to be talking mad shit, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar is going to show up behind Punk and F5 him.
Oh.
Setting up for the next Survivor Series match.
I could see that happening.
It's like I'm in Triple H's head.
They gotta start thinking about War Games, so
yeah, that
would make sense.
Although there is rumor, man. Listen, it's either going to be that's going to be our men's War Games match, or it's going to. I would rather that, okay? Because listen, the other side of it is the god awful MFTs versus the Wyatt Six.
No. No. No.
That was the other one I heard about, and I was like, no.
God, the MFTs are so bad, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Poor Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb should have signed with AEW.
I hope he's at least getting paid very well.
To be fair, though, let's be real. Jeff Cobb was fucked regardless of what he chose to do, right? Because, like, he's obviously not getting the traction that he should over in Japan because he's in Japan, right?
He had a pretty good career in Japan.
Right.
He was with the multiple champions over there.
I'm
not getting paid like he wasn't getting paid like he would here.
Right. So you have three options here, really, right? Because you've got WWE, AEW, TNA. Those are your three real options as far as wrestling in the States for somebody that could pay you at least a decent amount of money.
Right.
Nobody watches TNA.
Well, he had been in TNA before, so he would work some TNA just like he would work some Ring of Honor when he was in Japan.
Right. And he's wrestled a couple times on AEW TV. He had TNA as a choice. He had AEW as a choice, and let's be real, he'd have just been another lump in the fucking Don Callis family.
You're probably not wrong.
And then WWE, where he's now stuck with the MFTs. Like, I feel bad for him because he's better than all of that. And
yep.
But that's just how wrestling is right now. I mean, Andrade is amazing, and they were just going to lump him in with the Don Callis family over in AEW. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Don Callis keeps saying that Takeshita was the first one in, and it'll be the last one out when it comes to the family. I feel like he's really setting up to jump him out of that group.
Oh, yeah. I could see it happening as soon as Wednesday.
So, it's going to be interesting. Anyways, I'm excited for both Raw and Dynamite. So, we'll see how those go. With that being said, we love y'all. We'll talk to y'all next time. Deuces.
Later.